Do you have any advice to new professors on building a path towards tenure?
Ooh, fun. Uh, Not every tenure journey looks the same. You know, universities treat this process a little uniquely. It's just different, right? Very specialized to each university in how they define creative and scholarly research, how they define your service, how they provide service for you. There's plenty of opportunities to serve within the university. I've discovered that. Some that you didn't know existed until they searched you out. And that's so there's never a problem with filling your service time, is what I'm trying to say. Um, and then so teaching, creative and scholarly research, service, and teaching. So I'm on 60% teaching, 40%, I'm sorry, 30% creative and scholarly research, and then the 10% service. Are those numbers true to percentages? Probably not, because you end up doing a lot more in those different areas as well. However, it's a good way to start with. So yeah, every university is going to treat it differently. And not all universities have tenure track position available, right? So you may end up entering a university as non-tenure track. And actually, that's kind of my story, actually. So before I was at Montana State, I was teaching at Regis University, but then I was also doing a lot of work at CU Boulder, my alma mater, for master's and doctorate. So at CU Boulder, I did administrative work. I ran their 2000, oh, I forget which year. It was a full audition season for them. And then I was the interim dean of interim assistant to the dean of outreach and recruitment. And then I was also doing the director of Summer Music Academy for 4 years. So there's a lot of responsibilities at CU, and then Regis University as part-time, or I think they would consider that closer to a lecture, I think. I'd have to look at that, the terminology. So I got my foot in the door by those two main avenues, CU Boulder and Regis. That college teaching experience and responsibilities was what really helped get me into the door for interviewing for Montana State. So you have to get your foot in the door somehow if you want academic as your career path. So I knew right when Regis came open, I was like, okay, I have to go for it and put my name in there. No guarantees. You just got to throw your name in there and just make the best product as possible. And, leave a lot up to fate as well, because you can't control job interviews. You can't control a lot of things. So you just put your name out there as many places as you can and see what sticks. There are some things that you think are like, that is totally going to stick. And then you're like, that totally didn't stick. And so I also like, actually piggybacking off of saying putting your name out there, is going and actually, even if you know you don't have a chance at something, you're like, that's like 10, 50 years from now, you just put your name in, because then people still see your name. And even if you don't get past the first round, because there's plenty of things that you're not going to even like pass that first round, you may get past the second round, and then you don't get past the third round or whatnot. Very similar to orchestral auditions. You keep doing something, is gonna stick, or you are redirected and try some things differently. So I did a lot of throwing my name out there and applying. And it's when I got to Montana State, I interviewed one time before this, actually, before I got the position, a year before, and I didn't get it, and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. The position actually changed to the trumpet position the year that I did another interview with them. So instead of teaching all high horn and or no, low brass and trumpet, all I needed to do was teach trumpet and theory. So that time, like, although that was that like rejection the first time, right? Although I made the final round, which was really cool, met some really great people, moved on to that next year, and it was perfect timing. So that's a long way to say get your foot in the door. And then if first you don't succeed, try again, or redirect your thought and kind of see, okay, what do I need to change? Or maybe my passions are changing. There's a lot of things that you can do. Okay, so universities have the language. Okay, so I said just very different language. When you enter into a program like me at MSU, I was non-tenure track, NTT. That meant every year, and this is very standard in a collegiate setting. It's every year you would reapply basically for your job, and you have that annual review, and it just helps you continue to redirect and alter what you do. But that's a year-to-year contract, and no guarantee that they're going to um, you know accept that or invite you back, essentially, right? So it's not as much security as the tenure track. They turned my position into a tenure track position the end of the third year here, um, and they had that. Then it was open as a national search too. Um, so it was amazing. That's not necessarily the standard in the profession, but it's my story, and for me it's like, I feel exactly where I need to be, and I'm very grateful for that. It's a huge blessing, and it happened on a lot of work too. I did enter the NTT, honestly, as I was entering it like a non or as I was entering it as a tenure track. So I think that was also in my heart, and then that passion, right? I was like, passion, I want a tenure track. And I remember some friends of mine or different colleagues through the years are saying, it's impossible. That's never going to happen. You might as well just give up on that. And I was like, well, maybe they weren't the closest friends. But maybe they were just, being honest and truthful in where their perspective was, right? And what they've seen in their career. So I always just had it though going, no, this is what I'm working for. You think I'm working too hard, but this is the work I feel this deserves. This is what I want to invest. Not only that, I don't care if I'm non-tenure track or tenure track. I'm investing in this community and I care. So I want to see the best. And if that means I'm tenure track or non-tenure track, my best is my best, and we're going to go for it. So there's that Midwest ethic. Um, so yeah, so the takeaway from all of that, okay, my biggest takeaways for if somebody wants to enter the academic world into teaching or being in the collegiate field, be encouraged. There are possibilities. Where it may seem that there's not as much, like many openings, it's ebb and flow. You get a flow when people retire. You get an ebb when people don't retire. But you got to throw your name out there. You have to be visible. You have to be approachable. You have to be fun to work with. And you have to be willing to put yourself out there and take a chance and take a risk. Letting people say no is way better than you saying no to yourself. I'd rather be told somebody, although it stings, like, nope, you're not right for the job. Ouch. Oh, but okay, if I'm not right for it, would I want to be there? No. So get your foot in the door somehow, whether it be doing those applications, throw them out, like, woo, take it or leave it. Throw that out there, be visible, and be somebody that people want to work with. Be memorable. But then also circling back, have that product and have it ready. Because here's the cool part. You, I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but somebody needs to hear this. You have something that only you can provide. Your passion is only what you have. Your passion. So pay attention to it and run with it, because only you can run with it the way that you can. And the world needs it. And there is space for it.